How you doing, Ralfy? Ralfy Customs? Fucking hell. Let's see what today brings, eh? We've touched off, we've just put a new tip in. So we touch off on that surface, look, 0, and then go 6 this way, which is there, come on, there, and have ourselves off a thick wash off. Don't go out, no, we'll use that to hold it. And I'm hoping that they come off nice and clean, so let's have a look. Come on. Human, you've got. Not too bad. Not too bad. 1 down, 3 more to go. So, here's the rub. To get that twist out, we need to modify one of the brackets. Here's a bracket, look. You remember we made these boys and we fluted them to fit around the frame. Well, this one's needs to sit a bit different, so what I'm going to do is just machine this top bit off because it needs to fucking go in there, wheel like so. I'm not sure it needs that top bit off, you know. Oh yeah, it's on fucking spacers. Got 3mm spacers, dickhead, isn't it? And then it'll get in the gap. I'm not filming it very well, am I? Then it'll take the spacers pretty much. So that's the plan. I'm just going to take 3mm off that. So we will get that set up and you can join me when I'm on it. So we're going to fit a roughing end mill. 16mm roughing end mill. And how the system works is you have a collet that the end mill screws into. See, it's got a thread on the end, look, and it screws into that. So you screw it in until it's just shy of the end. And you push the whole thing into the collet holder and drop that into the tool holder, into the main body of the tool holder. Now, look, if I tighten that down, then that's going to grab it. If it's going to grab it, it'll tighten up. That makes sense. So it's self-tightening. If I undo it a bit, that'll tighten right down and that's still loose, but it'll tighten itself up. Look, tight. So what I like to do is just give it a little bit, so there's a bit of a gap here, and then nip it. That's it. That's all it takes. And that won't move. Won't move. If it does move, it'll tighten up, which is happy days, because I've had them walk out and fuck the job right up. Okay, with that fitted, we've touched it on the job, look. And we'll lock the quill and then we'll move the job out of the way. And we want 5mm, which as it happens is 200 thou. So we'll 0 this, yeah, and then we'll go 100, that's once round, and then 200, that's 5mm. And we can see we're shy of the vice, so everyone's good. We'll get that locked off, look, move that handle out of the way, and then we can look at machining the bad boy. So well, the light's not great for you this way, but it works for me. So we'll go there, look, and we'll move it over and give ourselves a bit of clearance and begin cutting. So a little bit of lube. I think we'll be alright with it auto feed, to be fair. There she goes, Captain. So we'll do that in a couple of passes. We'll take this one out, which is going to take us a good halfway. And then we'll run again to finish the job. So put some cutting oil along there and get you in a better place, look, so you can actually see the action. There you go. So we'll do that times 2. So to drill the holes, we have got the pointy indicator in. Yeah, this just fucking, look, it spins. Hold on, got it in the hole. Look, it wobbly, and then you just screw it up with something like your hand, which is what I use, and then you can zero it in on that centre pop there, and that's good as gold. Switch it out to the 10.5 drill bit, bit of lube, whack on the auto feed, and that should find its way through there in short order. Actually. Oops, sorry, bumping the camera. We'll get that one done and then we'll do the other one, and then it's over to the pillar drill for a deburr. Now a quick deburr with a deburring tool on our holes. Like so. So we've got 0.3 of a degree deviation at the end, and maybe a little bit more there, and probably a little bit more there because there is a bit of a roll. 91, so it's over there. So it's umped. But that's in relation to squareness of the brake disc. So I would call that fucking mounted. Look, got all the brackets on, nice and sturdy. Got the shockers, plenty of clearance for the shockers to come in. Took a lot of fucking getting there, that did, didn't it? Hey, hey boys. So now I'm seriously considering fucking this off, this mounting. That might be the easiest tack, or put a couple of fucking, take this bracket off, knock that bracket off if I can. Have I welded it both sides? Yeah. Oh no, that's, so I can probably rip that off and then put a couple of barrels off these holes just for a bit of belt and braces. Ain't it? Righto, so next up is mount these jollies in there somewhere. So I don't know, so I'm poking out a little bit, maybe just a little bit, something like that. So I'm either going to make a plate that totally encompasses this, or I'm going to put a couple of brackets down. Either way, one across would probably do it, because if you look at these, the back of this, look, if we come up from here, then they're in the fucking way, aren't they? So maybe we fuck that right off and make a complete plate that welds in there out of steel. Might be the answer. You know what I mean? Copy it. It's either that or you're going to put a bracket across here. Sorry, I'm not filming it very well. You're going to put a bracket across there, like, to try and get it fucking somewhere near. But then you got to miss all this shit that's hanging out the back of it. So, right, we're on with some sheet metal work, I reckon, because where these mounting holes come across there, it's not going to fucking clear. Oh, it's not going to clear the mudguard. It'd have to be too far back to pick up on those holes without it hanging out here somewhere. So, I think we're going to have to plate this in, do a bit of sheet metal work. With mountings for those holes and mountings for mudguard. Mountings for those holes, mountings for those lights. So we can strip these lights off and we can copy that old pattern, can't we? And then cut a bit of sheet metal that fits in that fucking mudguard, I reckon. Okay, so the power of CAD, cardboard aided design. has been implemented in making a template that fits inside the mudguard, and we're going to emulate the fittings for those back lights. So it's going to be a bit of a hybrid, something like that on the bottom without these two holes. No, they're not going to be in it, but they're going to be in that bit. So yeah, we'll get this cut out and kind of go from there. Right, so that's it, kind of marked out. We've got these the hole centers for this configuration. Don't know what the bottom holes are for, maybe it's another application. And I'm not sure about putting the slots in, because slotting that's going to be a right fucking pain in the arse, because it's 1.6mm thick, not that thick, and it's going to be difficult to hold in the fucking milling machine. We'll have to think about that. But anyway, what I'll do, I'll use my slitting saw, my cutting disc, and just rough that out, and then look at making those holes in it. I've decided to drill the holes while it's still in one piece, because it gives me more to grab hold of. So I'm just running through with a little screw size, and I'm going through the centre of those big holes. They're in the big holes. So what I'll do is I will show you me using a hole punch, a big punch and die configuration. Yeah, so I need to drill that out now. Those big holes, they need to be drilled out to 10mm to take that bolt, and then we whack the bolt through, put that on the bottom, put a nut on, and fucking rattle gun it up, and it'll cut its way through. That's the plan. Righto, so we've got a 10mm hole drilled. We can whack that through, and on the back side, I'm going to fit a nut, that cup, the receiving cup, or the die, and now the fucking nut won't go on. What's fucking going on there? Let's have a look. What's going on there? Why won't that go on there? It's just been on there. I've just took it off with my fingers. Bit of shit in the thread maybe? Yes. Turn it round the top tip. If you're trying to fit a nut and it's tight, then turn it round, because sometimes there's a bit of shit in the threads, and turning it round will push it out when you put the bolts in, like I've just done really. So die goes on. Alright. Tidy like that kind of die. Oh. Nut goes on. Spaniard, rattle gun, and we rattle gun our way through. Don't want to lose that. So hopefully this will work. It's tripping out like. There you go. Let me just show you. Excuse me if you want to go faster. 1 hole. Job's a good one. Really bad camera work. But there you go. Right, now we can cut it out. I've got the old railway sleeper fucking paperweight on. And away she fucking goes, that thing. There. So, magnets out. We have a couple of preliminary tacks on there, because I need to fucking check and double check that it's fucking straight. I have every reason to believe it is, and that it's going to look just fucking peachy with these lights in. Look. Like fucking so. Will stay there, you bastard. You get the picture. Yeah, so they're just shy of the edge of the mudguard and just tilting back slightly, as is the number plate. I can't get that out now, one-handed. Bear with. Damn, if you want to go faster. So I reckon I'll get a tack underneath the middle of that, up in there like. and we won't be far off. Go. And there we go. I'll repeat myself sometimes on the opening of these clips because I'm not sure if you catch it. So if I don't edit it out, you'll hear me saying things twice sometimes. So that's that. Fucking happy days. Now I'm going to look at my messages and see how big his battery is and think about making a battery tray that's going to bolt in there and it's going to hold his electricals. This shit. All of this needs fucking somewhere to go, like, because I've cut that off. There weren't a lot fucking there, to be fair. Also need a seat base, side panels, rear pegs, and then we're fucking getting there, aren't we? Jolly well are. Yes, we jolly well are. And there we go. I'll repeat myself sometimes on the opening of these clips because I'm not sure if you catch it. So if I don't edit it out, you'll hear me saying things twice sometimes. So that's that. Fucking happy days. Now I'm going to look at my messages and see how big his battery is and think about making a battery tray that's going to bolt in there and it's going to hold his electricals. This shit. All of this needs fucking somewhere to go, like, because I've cut that off. There weren't a lot fucking there, to be fair. Also need a seat base, side panels, rear pegs, and then we're fucking getting there, aren't we? Jolly well are. Yes, we jolly well are. Righty. This is the kind of size of battery I'm shouting so you don't hear the wireless and I don't get a copyright strike. We're going to try and make a tray for this. Right, my plan is, I've got to mark this as well. He's cutting off, doesn't he? It's going to clout, especially on the other side. Clout. It's going to interfere. Going to foul the swinging arm. Don't you know? Don't you know, Walter? Bear Maxwell there. He had a brother, you know, Walter. He was into floor coverings. It was Walter wall carpets. Anyway, I'm going to put a bit of tube across from one to the other, and that's going to let me put a platform across. Yeah, so we're going to cut 2 bits of tube that fit in there, and then we're going to run a strip of flats across from one to the other, or put a bracket and bolt a bit of something from one to the other, or something like that. So we're getting bits of tube cut. You've seen me cut loads of tube. I don't need to fucking film myself doing that, like, but I've marked one out rough. I'm just going to notch that one there to fit on the inch. There's the angle for the 1.25 inch, and it'll need a little bit of fucking nibbling out, like, to get it to sit right, but that's kind of the basic rudiments of it. Go, kid, fucking doke it. That's that, look, they're in. They are in. Hey, boys, look, line up and everything. So, I'm thinking of making some kind of fucking platform. It's going to be really wide because the frame there is really wide. I might be happier dropping the brackets, dropping it down, like, you know what I mean? So I'll make a big U that sits in there, that the battery sits in, that's underneath my helmet over there, look, underneath the screen. Because I think if I go full width from one side to the other on this, although it's going to be in fucking side panels, you ain't going to see it. Yeah, decisions. Do you know, I don't know what it is on this job. I can't make my mind up. I'm having a problem with clarity. Cognitive clarity is escaping me at every turn. So, at least we've got the mud guard on, we've got a number plate on, we know we can make a seat base, we know we can mount the rear pegs, the battery and electrics, and I need to order in some aluminium, 1 mil, 1.5 mil aluminium sheet. Fuck it, I'll do that, I'll order that. Because sometimes you just need to fucking stop, don't you? Let's get that in the background. Yeah, you just need to fucking stop and do what you know you can do, and leave the shit that's not happening in your head or whatever for time when it is, because you don't want to have to redo it 3 fucking times, do you? So boys, we're off to get some supplies, some welding wire, some anti-spatter, And then we're going to call it a fucking day, I think. So, be looking around like there'll be traffic. I'm in the fucking yard. Let's go. So we're just going down to Six Hills Welding Supplies. Now, Six Hills is an area around here near the A46, I think it is, the Six Hills. But this place ain't on the Six Hills. I don't know if they used to be. But they're certainly not now. They're on Leicester Road Industrial Estate, which is, funnily enough, on Leicester Road. Yeah. Hey, here we are. So, oh, you haven't got a smell of it. It smells like fucking chicken noodles out here. It's absolutely fantastic. So, Six Hills Welding. Let's go and get some. Got my anti-twatter spray, good stuff. And I got a roll of wire, good stuff. Well, I also saw the cake later, so I'm going home with a slice of coffee cake and a slice of Victoria sponge as you do. So yeah, we've gone in the welding supplies and come out with cake that can stay there now till fucking Monday. Oh, that was nearly the end of the job. I got fucking, as I'm driving out the little road where the welding suppliers is, there's a fucking container wagon backing towards it, like. Little red van popped out quick. So we've lived to fight another fucking day.